Hello and welcome to the course. In this, the first lecture, I'm going to provide an overview of the course contents. In other words, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to go about teaching you Create Studio. Now, Create Studio is what I would classify as easy yet powerful 2D animation. It's from a company called Vidello out of the United Kingdom. Let's begin by looking at the major sections that are going to be provided in this course. First, we're going to go through an introduction. That's what we're going through right now. And I'm going to tell you about the course. I'm going to provide you a killer deal, which is only available through this course, on getting a copy of Create Studio. And we're going to talk about comparing Create Studio to other products to make sure that you're getting the right product and course. Then we're going to jump into simple character animation. We're going to go through all of the things that you can do to bring characters onto the screen, animate them, and produce videos. Next, we're going to look at working with templates. Now, this is probably the easiest way to create videos. What you get is these templates that contain all of the animation for a video. And all you've got to do is go in and typically just change the text to be your text. Maybe change some images to be your images or some videos. So you just make a few minor changes and voila, you've got a very sophisticated video presentation. Next, we're going to look at animation finishing touches. So all of the things like adding backgrounds, adding sound, all of these things that finish and flesh out an animation. Then we're going to look at text animation. Now, I think this is where Create Studio really shines. They've got some of the most impressive text animation to allow you to do what's known as kinetic typography or moving text that I've ever seen in a product before, and it's very simple to use. Finally, we'll look at additional features like creating vignettes and adding music and text to voice or speech and all of these additional features that the product includes. Then we'll conclude with a section where we will look at 2D animation workshops. We're going to actually look at full projects, how to create logos, how to create Facebook banners, how to create promotional videos. So we'll look at actual projects that you can use and will be using in your use of Create Studio. And then we'll have a conclusion where I'll tell you about how to get all of the rest of my Udemy courses really cheap. So that's what the course is going to cover. As far as each section in the course is divided into, I believe, about 8 sections. Each section, except for the introduction, the intermission, and the conclusion, is constructed like this. It has an introduction, which gives you an overview of what the section is going to cover. It has the lectures in the section, and then we go into a workshop where I demonstrate all of the techniques discussed in the section. Then we do a project. This is just a textual file in which I describe a project that I'd like you to perform to prove that you have a solid grasp of the techniques described in the section. Then we'll have a conclusion where we wrap things up before we move on to the next section. Now, each lecture has more or less a structure too. Lectures are going to be composed of PowerPoint slides and screen capture software demonstrations, along with Create Studio examples, so finished videos. And the other point that I want to make is that I'm going to be demonstrating this on Windows 10. Now, Create Studio runs on Windows 10 and Mac OS. I know nothing about Mac, so I can't help you out there, unfortunately. But things should work very similarly, other than installation and updates and things like that that are more or less OS specific. So that's it for the course structure and overview. In the next section, we're going to talk about a very important point. We're going to look at Create Studio versus other 2D animation alternatives to make sure you're getting the right software and you're taking the right course. So I'll see you in that lecture.